Scott?
Yeah, I would have to agree with some of the things that have already been said. You know, for me, growing up, a nerd was always somebody who was like passionate and passionate at any expense. It didn't matter like what anyone said to him or how critical people got. And to be honest, as a kid, I did not have the balls to be a nerd, and I was so consumed with like making people like me that I used to watch the kids that were like considered nerdy, and I would think like, shit, I wish I could do that. I wish I could be more like that. And I find that the older I get, the nerdier I get. And it feels nice. Awesome. Hello, I'm Scott, and I'm a nerd. And I'm into fridge magnets. There, it's out. I like them. There's a casino in Vegas. There's an entire store full of fridge magnets. And I stood in front of it at one point, and I was like, fridge magnets. And my brother goes, you said that out loud.
Guys, Scott has got to leave us. This is all the time he could give us. So let's give it a round of applause.
Thank you.
Scott, please.
Thank you, guys.
We love you, Scott. I was echoing you. You didn't have a mic. I was giving you a voice. I wasn't mocking you. I was mocking with you. Yes, you.
As an actor, if there was another character sandbox you could play in for one day, like let's say if you wanted to be the good wife or if you wanted to be McSteamy instead of the military soldier, if there's just for one day Sherlock Holmes, Doctor Who, any character, what would you just play for one day?
Rob Stark. I mean, with the boots on. Come on. Anybody? Nobody gets that reference? Good. That was not PG. Game of Thrones? Oh, yeah. That's fine.
Nerd.
That's fine.
No.
Guess you don't know Game of Thrones soon.
Summer, who would you want to...
What did you say about Game of Thrones?
I just said, well, there's a... All right. Well, there's a sex scene in... It's... By the way, somebody told me once, they said Game of Thrones should just be called, I'm going to screw this up. Hold on. No. It was Boobies with a Chance of Dragons. And that's not mine. I'm totally giving that anonymous person credit. It was actually a friend of a friend, so that's not... But
Siempre viajamos juntos, hombro con hombro, viviendo rápido, viajando ligero, fuerte como el deseo de volver a casa, ligero como la emoción del reencuentro.
Be Light by Samsonite.
I thought it was hysterical. Rob Stark had this love scene in the last season with this super hot nurse, and they just got down to it, and she didn't even take her boots off. It was like, what is it? I mean, literally, I tweeted that night, #doing it with the boots on. Like, that was just, couldn't believe it. Anyway, who would you be if you could be anybody? Anybody else's character?
Gosh, that's such a good question. Now I'm just getting really greedy. I don't know. I can't decide.
All right. Jason?
There's this video game that's my favorite video game ever, and I would love to play the lead character in it. It's called Shadow of the Colossus, and if I could be Wander, and I could ride around on my ill-fated horse, not to ruin anything.
Continue.
Nothing, and just climb up some giant monsters and slay them. Ooh! That would be great. I would love that. That would be my dream. But until then, I'll just keep playing it over and over and over and over again.
Nathan?
Sherlock Holmes in the new BBC Sherlock Holmes series. Because that guy's a prick, and he doesn't care.
Adam?
Stewie Griffin, of course. Yes, a little baby bent on world domination, of course. Wants to kill his mother. And as a father who's a fat man. That guy. Time travel, come on.
Actually, you know what? Jason made me think of something that I actually would really love to play that is not a character already. Oh, I mean, it's a character in a graphic novel, but it hasn't been done. I would love to play Yorick in Why the Last Man. If they ever do that, I would love to do that as like a dream role of sorts.
Me too.
All right, fine, you can have it.
No. We could, but maybe it'll be like when he's happy, it's one of us. When he said, we'll do like a weird.
When he's
dream,
really afraid of
yeah.
being funny in front of other people.
Yeah. Then it'll be me. And
Yes, you, sir, ma'am. Sir, ma'am.
Let Shim speak.
I'm Leap Day Williams from 30 Rock. I don't know if you guys watched 30 Rock.
Could you say that again? We couldn't hear the beginning.
Oh, Leap Day Williams from 30 Rock. I don't know if you saw that episode. It's a pretty funny episode.
Oh.
This question's for Zach and Adam.
Uh-oh.
The music on Chuck, like I love that music that was chosen on it. Like it had a lot of my favorite bands and also a lot of new bands that I discovered through the show. And I was wondering if you guys had any influence on picking the music or who picked the music for Chuck.
I wish. I have discovered a lot of music from the music that we had on the show. I am not anywhere near as cool or learned in the world of indie rock to do that. Alex, I'm probably gonna screw this up. Alex Katsavas, I think is her last name.
Yeah.
She was the music supervisor on the OC, and has worked with Josh Schwartz on a lot of different stuff, and ended up doing the music supervision for Chuck as well. And a lot of people actually credit her for being the first person to really utilize television to break independent bands, because nobody had really done that before. There's a couple of bands that I particularly loved over the years. There's Architecture in Helsinki. They were a really cool band. The Naked and the Famous, I really like those guys. And I think The Head and the Heart, the last song ever to be on. I cried watching it. Adam?
There was no Metallica. You lost me. Ghost. There was no Ghost.
What's that?
There's no Ghost.
No Ghost?
It's a band. There's none of that.
It's a band.
It's a band.
There was no Rat.
Yeah.
There's no Styx.
No System of a Down. None of that.
Are you a System of a Down fan?
Dude.
Who's that? Oh, right over here. Yes. Hi. Nice shirt.
Okay, so this is on a similar note as the other question, but if you could be any other character from your own show, which one would you be and why?
Oh. Was that his time? He might have just been using that for a funny leaving. Oh, there he is. So your answer so your answer is or is not Captain Awesome?
No. I would definitely be Vic. I'd be Lester.
You'd be Lester?
I'd be Lester.
Yeah.
Because he had the gift of gab. The guy could just yap. Yeah. I was a man of few words. Casey was a man of few words. He was the yap guy. I wanted to be the yap guy.
We're going to work that into the next thing we do.
Okay.
We're going to let you yap. Nathan?
Esposito? Because I know I look like a white guy. But on the inside, I'm a hot-blooded Latino.
If I could be another character on the show, I guess what I would do is I would very quickly, on Parenthood, I would very quickly be Lauren Graham for 1 second, say yes to my character's marriage proposal, and then go back. Just get that done.
Oh, God, who would I mean, honestly, for the first couple seasons, I was so jealous that Yvonne and Adam got to do all the ass kicking. So at that point, I probably would have said Adam, or actually maybe Yvonne. Because why not?
But you got to do Yvonne. I mean, you got to. I mean, Sarah. Wait, Sarah. You know what I mean?
Trouble that you are stirring.
You know what I mean? But you got to get into this whole spy thing.
Into the what?
Later.
Oh, yes. Oh, no, I got to be a spy.
Yes.
Not everything,
Yes.
little.
Yes. No, I ultimately got to be a spy. So I got to do some of that stuff. I don't know. I mean, I really think that Timothy Dalton was epic as Alexei Volkov. I just think, he was such like a powerful character and real like, and it's so much of that, but it was the writing, but it was also just him as an actor. I mean, he was so good, and I just remember watching him do his thing, being like, wow, that'd be a lot of fun to be that evil and really, Chuck and all that stuff, but English, and so maybe that, yeah. Summer, anybody from Firefly that you would want to be?
Well,
or Terminator?
I went after Alan's job first. You're next.
Whoa, you pointing at me or that guy?
You're you. I think I'd take it in a new direction. But I'd wear your outfit, tailored.
You take the boots, the jacket, the tight pants.
The holster. I definitely want the tight pants. Yeah.
Something a little more blousey.
Yeah.
Next question. Hi.
Hi. All right. Hey. All right. So I don't feel like there are a lot of nerd questions going out there, and just a lot of personal questions. I want to know from all of you, what is your plan for the upcoming zombie apocalypse?
Number one.
Do you know when that's going to be, by the way? If you happen to know anything.
October. I think it's October.
Is it October?
Yeah,
Somewhere?
I'm thinking mid-January 2013 when the food riots start, that sort of thing. First things first, ammo up.
First things first, make better friends with this man right over here.
I mean, you gotta have your shelter, right? That's first and foremost. You gotta have I actually really do think about this stuff a lot. It's so sad. I'll lay in bed at night sometimes thinking, what would I need? What would I need? It could happen.
Water supply.
You need a water supply.
Here's the thing. Water supply is very tough. You can get these straws that you can stick it into sewage and drink it, and it'll filter out. I'm telling you, this works. I got a bunch of them in an earthquake supply survival kit. You want a crank radio. You want a crank flashlight. You want these straws because you can't carry water with you
go back to
everywhere you go.
So when you're sucking up, you have to, because the gag reflex.
You'd be surprised what you do when you're thirsty, buddy.
They also have these packs. I've seen them. They have these packs that you can put it into water, and it basically just absorbs water into the pack, and it's a little bladder of cleaner water. They also make straws where you can suck up sewage, and it tastes like sewage.
I'm
I
developing.
would not recommend those.
I am right now developing a zombie apocalypse product. I think you're all going to be seeing it on shelves pretty soon. Powdered water. Just add water.
Yeah. Oh, we got time for one more question. Yes, you in the Robo Nerdicorn shirt. I love you. Yes, thank you.
It's because Nerd HQ is awesome.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, my question is actually kind of a survivalist one too, but you were mentioning how people are getting really dependent on technology. So I was wondering if, let's say, one day you just were thrown into the middle of Alaska or something like that with no cell phone or computer for a week. Do you think that you'd be able to just camp out and survive in the woods?
What time of year?
Huh?
What time of year is it? Is it January? Beginning, end? Is it summer? Is it August?
Yeah, Alaska in January when it's 40 below. No. We'll at least do summer and try to make it a little easier.
Is it early summer when the grizzlies are coming out and they're hungry? I got to know these things.
You do. The
Okay,
devil
week-
is in the details. You
The
gotta,
week before Memorial Day.
You know how you tell the difference between a brown bear and a grizzly bear? You climb a tree. If the bear climbs the tree and kills you, it's a brown bear. If the bear knocks the tree down and kills you, it's a grizzly.
See, this is why I bring him. This is why. One more question. One more question. Yes.
If you could say what any of your weaknesses are or strengths in your personal life and or your career, what would they be?
One more time.
Your weaknesses and strengths in your personal and career life, what are they?
Personal life and professional life.
Yes.
Weaknesses and strengths. Anybody want to take this one? This is we're very
It's
very
for all of
vulnerable.
you.
We're very vulnerable up here.
One of my great weaknesses is I tried. I'm a people pleaser. So I try to make every single person, like me, and and it's a weakness because I end up not giving my close friends,
Enough time. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what I would like to do. So weakness is I spread myself a little.
But do you find that because not to just jump on your answer, but I literally that it bless you. But I find myself and I've actually talked to my friends about this before. I feel like that's the exact thing that I do, and that's your strength and your weakness.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it is a little bit of both. And yeah, sometimes it can be awesome. You please someone and you didn't take anything away from yourself. You're like, oh.
Yeah.
But then there's some times where you some people aren't gonna like you, and that makes me get obsessed. Yeah. I'm like, why? What did I do? Did I do something? So So I that kind of stuff. I bend over backwards.
I've chased people down in the streets of Los Angeles. I had this lady I was totally driving the speed limit, everything I was doing, everything I was supposed to be doing, and this lady was flashing her brights behind me like crazy. She couldn't get around me because there was only one lane, and we finally get to a place where she can pass me, and she's she's this little Mini Cooper, and she goes by, she honks her horn, and she flips me the bird, and I'm like, whoa. So of course,
Lost Highway.
I followed her for about 10 miles, and I flashed my brights, trying to say, what's that? Okay.
Vente a Orange, contrata tu tarifa de móvil y el ADSL te costará solo 15,95 euros al mes. Sin sorpresas y para siempre. Llama ya al 1414. Tu vida cambia con Orange. Con tu tarifa de móvil y tu ADSL, llévate este Samsung Galaxy S3 desde 0 euros.
How do I get out of this one? Don't get any ideas, lady. But speaking of what you're saying, it drives me crazy when I feel like someone's upset with me or I've offended someone and I don't know what that is to the nth degree. And I finally got to a place where we could be next to each other, and I'm not yelling. I roll my window down and I'm just going, "Excuse me, ma'am. Yeah, hi. You were flashing your lights and you flipped me off on Fountain. I'm just wondering what exactly did I do?" And she's not looking and she's not looking and she's not looking and she's not looking. And I'm like, "Well, I'm not going away until you tell me. I'm not going anywhere. Hi." I'd say that's a weakness.
I did that. I had a thing like that too, where I pulled into a parking spot and this woman pulled up right behind me and she went, and it freaked me out, and I saw her park down the street that way. So I just went over and I was like, "Hi, did you want that spot, or was that your, did I?" And then her friend was like, "Oh no,
You don't want any trouble."
Yeah. And then her friend came up and apologized to me, and she was like, "No, I didn't flip you off. I just was frustrated. I was trying to look for a space, but no, it was fine." And we became friends, and I was like, "Cool." I mean, we didn't become friends, but that pit in my stomach went away.
It does. It takes that away.
Yeah, it takes it away. Just to confront a stranger. It's great. Yeah. Always do that. Always do that.
Especially when they're armed. It's always.
Yeah.
Nathan. Oh, we got it. We're wrapping it up, ladies and gentlemen. Was the free mystery panel fun? Let's have a very warm round of applause for Summer Glau, for Jason Ritter, for Nathan Fillion, for Adam Baldwin, and for Ryan McPartlin. Thank you guys so much. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. It means so much. Thank you. I hope to see you. Oh, and you're all getting up and you're going to exit onto 6th Street if you don't mind. Thank you. And I hope to see you more this weekend at Nerd HQ. Have a good night, everybody.